Hello everyone, and thank you very much for joining me. I, of course, am Rotype. Welcome back to Factorio One Small Step, where I think today what I'm going to do, try to get some more of the useful items, I'll call them, into an automated sense. And what do I mean by that? Well, the first thing I want to do is really get my inserters being produced automatically, because I'm tired of building inserters, and frankly I wish I had robots to build the planned setup that I usually go with, but I'm gonna have to do it myself, which is fine. And like anything else, this will start with gears, and I know what you're thinking. I could just use those gears there. They're there, they're ready to go, but I do want to kind of keep things isolated. That way they can be modular and I can just copy paste them whenever I need. They don't necessarily have to be next to another gear setup or iron input line or something like that. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. But like most of these early things, it starts with gears. We'll do our normal setup, and actually, man, another reason to have this done automated is I need some inserters here. I need some fast inserters specifically. I don't have any of them, and of course I don't have the iron to make them. Frankly, we are very low on iron in general right now. Probably going mostly to research for radar efficiency, which doesn't necessarily need to be done. Okay, that's fine. We just finished that. I do want to get these inserter stack bonuses done, because that will help me lay out my layouts, lay out the factories a bit more efficiently and a bit more in a way that they will be when they're final. For example, these gears are actually a great example where normally we won't actually need these double inputs, but because we don't have stack inserter bonus, we do need them for now. And I'm too crazy to just leave them inefficient for now, so here we are. So let's see. Oh man, we of course just need endless amounts of inserters. I think the copper I was lacking, yes, was for circuits. Looks like we're not actually lacking in circuits for now. We will be soon enough, but for now, that's okay. So, like I said, just like before, we will set up our gear production. Yeah, we are really sucking dry on our iron, so let's take a look at our map here. If I remember correctly, yeah, it looks like we've completely tapped out our starting iron patch. And the next one is probably this one over here with some biters sitting on them. Luckily, it's a double, it looks like. But that is a train distance away. And we are nowhere near ready to build trains. So we might have a minor crisis coming soon. But as with everything, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. How's that for putting it off? So here we go. Now we have the gears coming, and whoops. Just bring the gears up to this kind of secondary bus location I like to use. Again, trying to keep everything even. And the way my setup here is going to work, I'm of course looking at a reference of it that I took a while ago, and everything's sideways. So I am going to have to adjust the way I do things here, but this actually works because I'm going to split this belt half gears and a half plate. So, oops. Because you don't really need too many gears and plate. It's pretty much just for your first inserter, which obviously goes into all the other inserters, but you don't need a whole large number of them. We'll go ahead and just loop that around like this. And again, of course, I'm looking at this sideways from the way I normally do it. So this is going to actually have to run in down this way. So as I translate this, this will go here. And this is our regular inserter. And I'll show you basically the way this generally works is go like this. We get another one here, and this is long-handed inserter. And the long-handed inserter does need the, let's see here. Which way did I run this? Oh, I did run it this way. Of course, I'm totally just confusing myself by doing this sideways, but this will go like this. And we'll clean this up. That way, put a box in here. Because the regular inserters and the long-headed inserters both need gears and plate, as you can see. Now, the regular inserters also need green circuits, which will come down here. Nope. Again, looking at things sideways. I think let's just get the array set up first, and then I'll move on to running the green circuits. While I'm at it though, I'll build a couple more steel chests because I know I'm going to need them. So the next thing is we're going to need another thing of regular inserters, and this one will be fast inserters. We'll do the same thing here. And I'm actually not going to even put a box there because I'm going to make my main storage this box here. So this will be the fast inserters. The fast inserters then handle off. Be a new way to space them there. Fast inserters hand off and then become filter inserters. So, what do the fast inserters need? They need iron plate, so they get one here. These also need iron plate and gear wheel, so they go like this. This goes under the box. Nope, I just said I wasn't going to put a box there. So there's no box there. Now again, what is the remainder here? Well, these all need green circuits. So, looks like green circuits will come down right here. If I bring them in this way, and I'm just all over the place with my belts today, these will pull in green circuits. This will pull in green circuits, I believe. Yes, correct. And then this one will pull in green circuits. I am going to put a box here. And while I'm at it, I might as well limit just to not go completely crazy. I do want to do that logistically later, but for now, we'll do it that way. And then let's just run this up. Eventually, I really need to get my bus in order, but that may or may not even happen until I get robots. But for now, I'll just do it the lazy way with one line running down. We clearly don't have enough material to require all 4 lanes of the bus anyway. We run our green circuits down. Let's do a splitter right here. And here we go. Now we have green. And while I'm at it, let's give these guys some power. Here and here. Here and here. And sure, hopefully that won't get in the way of anything in a moment. Now, filter inserters don't actually go into the next product. So these are just going to, actually I might even, to save some space, put them right here into their own box. And I do not need very many filter inserters, maybe just 100 will be fine. Now that I think about it, these need an output as well. We'll go here into their own box, and I only need maybe 200 of those. These can continue to run down like this to enable those. And let's watch this for just a moment. Make sure everything's running the way it should. These are running too slow. They need a fast inserter on green circuits, which probably means these do as well. Now, what are these lacking? These need a fast inserter here. That means this is running just fine. These also need a fast inserter. And beautiful. Yellow is not great, but it's okay. Actually, it looks like that is the holdup there. And how are we doing? Oh, now we're just out of gears. Well, I think that's the best we can do for now. The next thing, I believe we just unlocked it just in time, the stack inserters. So the next thing we'll set up in the same idea, just a chain for stack inserters and stack filter inserters. These will go here, here, and here. And then the stack filters just get placed one additional tile. So regular, fast, stack and stack filter. And this is the same theme here. You just put them one by one. Anything that we are stockpiling gets a box, namely here. Anything that we are not stockpiling, because we already have stockpiles, does not get a box. These need green. These also need to adjust the way this is done. We're going to do this to get these to just run down evenly. These need green. And these also need green and red. So that will be the green source, and this just needs green. Greens will come down like this. Fortunately, the power is not quite connected. I think we'll live with a slightly askew inserter rather than an errant telephone pole. So this should have everything it needs. Green, if we were actually producing any gears, it would get made. This has everything it needs. This has everything it needs, except for red. And this has everything it needs. Great, so let's limit this chest to however many that many is. The reds will be coming down from the bus. And where do we want to run red circuits? I think right about here would be a great place. Actually, no, change my mind. Because I'm keeping the boxes in, I'm going to do this and this. This is the box for those. Actually, yes, that will work. I'm going to severely limit these because I've hardly ever used these stack filter inserters, but they exist as an item, therefore I have to build them. So now we just need to find a clean way to get the red circuits in, and frankly, of course the electric poles are in the way. Well, let's think about this for a second. Is there a neat way to do it? These boxes are kind of in the way to do it along here, and as well along here. But if I just were to do it this way and make the box right here, that will work. And this will become our red circuits, which of course we're not even making yet, but that's fine. This will just come down from the bus. That'll be our placeholder for that. And there we go. Our extremely slowly producing inserter factory. Might as well grab 11. Sure, just more of those. We don't really need too many of these. These are not even being made. Well, that'll work for now. And once we get the iron flowing, we'll be a lot better off. So let's pave a little bit more of our brick road here. And what is this tree doing in the way? Let's get rid of this. If I have a little bit more brick here. And I'm going to run along, actually both of these, get a handful, I have plenty of those. I just suck up all the iron and make a few more miners just to see if there's anything I can do about the iron shortage problem. Now, what is going on here? Looks like this was just a placement error. I don't know what was going on there, but that will fix that. So running along the bus, it looks like everything's kind of chugging along. Science is happening pretty well. It's going just fine. We have plenty of iron coming in here, but like I said, it looks like mostly, yeah, science here. Science here. It looks like science is the main tractor of our iron flow much farther down the bus, which is fine. Let's see, I believe we have done most of the train items already, so we do have access to them. I'm going to look here and see if there's anything else I want to get done before I get the train stuff. I would like to generally put the train making things on the bus itself, because I hate building things by hand. But if there's anything else I want to get done before the train material items on the bus, I should look at that now. Though it looks like we are pretty well covered. I think I might just throw electric engine in there. Although frankly, no, we really just need to get materials down the bus. So it looks like that will do for now. When we finish the queue, we can just take a break. So yeah, as we can see, we're not even able to empty all of our iron here. So it looks like we might have to do, and I don't remember exactly how this trick works, but it would seem I remember correctly, this is how you enable the emptying. I'll have to see if this backs up for a second. So this is starting to empty. Because this belt is not actually fully compressed. I believe it has to do with how inserters place onto belts. And I think it's different the way a regular belt is handled compared to an underground belt segment. Don't ask me why it makes any sense. That's just what I've heard. And apparently it seems to be the way it works. So we'll come back a little bit later, but it looks like this is emptying out. These are of course all full because we're not really using copper that much. Although it appears that our copper supply is quite low. So with those miners I built, that we can't actually use on iron, we'll have to go just throw them on copper or something because I don't want to carry them around. And I still have this burner miner drill. Why is that in my inventory? We'll have to go get rid of that as well. Now, this is just begging for long, big electric poles, which of course I don't have the materials to build, because why would I have materials to build anything? Let's see if that's enough. Am I carrying around steel? Yeah, we'll just get a bunch of this made. Sure, just make all of them. All right, let's look down here. This science has shut down. Why has this shut down? Because I'm piping iron up the other way. That's fine. Take up all of this. Just take a moment and we'll disassemble all of this nonsense. It was a good first start. Oop. But now that we're done with it, I want to do everything on the bus. Oh, appears we cut power when we did that. That's fine. We have our big fancy new large poles, which will take us, let's just go right up to the lakefront, pond front. I guess that's not really a word. There we go. That will power this while I finish the disassembly. And this will be reused up there, I think mostly for steel, because eventually we will be really ramping up on things that use steel. For example, the engine units, they don't necessarily use a lot by themselves, but when we build big, large arrays making many, many engines, that will sink up a lot of our steel. I also think I want to get some steel furnaces being built on the bus. That will use steel, obviously. So we'll have use for these furnaces, even though they're stone furnaces and they're not quite ideal. I'll just clean up a little bit of the rest of this. And I'll be excited to burn all of these poles because, as I've said before, I really don't like the small poles. One of these days I'm going to make a car and just use electric poles only as the fuel. As inefficient as that is, will make me happy. All right, let's just get a little bit more of this cleaned up. And you know what? I'll deal with the rest of that later. I'm gonna place these, where are they? Here we go. Bit more of these miners down. Man, these small electric poles are everywhere. These out of my sight. And from here, we'll get the copper mining done a little bit more efficiently. Or maybe not efficiently, but just faster. So this will go here and there. Nice thing about these large poles is they can stretch over a double set of miners like this. These are no longer needed in this place. Clean this up. That will give us enough to just kind of stick one on the end here. And we'll start the next row. Even though there's just going to be the one. There we go. Oh, let's give this a little bit of power. Like that. And it looks like that will be the end of this episode. I hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to click the like button. There'll be a new episode the day after tomorrow, so if you don't want to miss it, feel free to click subscribe. I hope to see you there. In the meantime, my name's been Rotype, and I'll see you next time.